Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
Today's April 6th and today we're going to be reading about Edie's backyard bugs. Miss O's going to read us a story.
Because this week we're going to be talking about bugs, okay? So this is the front. This is the spine. This is the back. This is, where's the author? Well, this is the title. This is the author. So
And then the person who did the pictures.
okay, so it says Edie's Backyard Bugs. My name is Edie Corrine Castleberry, but most people call me Bugs because I love bugs. Big bugs, small bugs, squirmy bugs, and hopping bugs. I love shiny bugs and slimy bugs and even bugs that stink. Slimy bugs I can do. Stinky bugs no. Do you know there are about 10 quintillion insects on Earth at any given moment? That's 10 quintillions that's a bunch of zeros, bugs, for real. Now that's a lot of bugs. There are 1.5 billion bugs for every one of us. The best place to find bugs is in your own backyard. So you got to go to the backyard and find some bugs. I'm going to be an entomologist when I grow up. That's a scientist who studies bugs. I like to collect bugs and put them in my bug house. My bug house isn't always occupied, but the bugs that visit only stay a short time, just long enough for me to count their legs, study their buggy ways. I want to show you some of my favorite bugs. Come on, let's go. An insect safari. Look, she's got a hat. She's got a jar. Oh, and I see some worms in there. There's a lot of bugs over there. She's got a net.
Like when we go out and we dig for worms. We always have fun doing that, right?
Let's turn the page. This is a dragonfly. It has two sets of wings. It uses to quickly move around. It is skilled aviator. It can hover, fly backwards, and even do loop-de-loops. So this is a dragonfly.
You can see the dragonfly. Yeah.
The cockroach, which Miss R doesn't like,
I do not like those.
on the other hand, is out of control when it's in the air. It prefers to stay on the ground where it can eat and nothing is off its diet. It eats other bugs, plants, and even paper. The cockroach is a survivor. Cockroach fossils date back to 280 million years. They were here before the dinosaurs.
And there's the roach.
So the cockroaches can resist anything. Hold your nose. This is a stinky bug. It's a ground beetle. It lives under rocks and logs. When frightened, it emits a stinky odor to scare away their predators. Ooh, so that's the purpose of it. The ladybug is also a beetle. This is a pink ladybug larva and a pink ladybug adult. Ladybugs eat other bugs. Farmers love ladybugs because they eat the bugs. They eat their plants.
And there's the beetle.
I had never seen a pink ladybug. You learn something new every day. This bug is not a farmer's friend. It's a squash bug. It feeds on pumpkins and squash. Just like the ground beetle, when the squash bug gets frightened, it makes a yucky smell. This dirty bug is a flying sensation. The housefly is the only insect with just two wings instead of two sets of wings. It can land on any surface and it can take off faster than any other insect. It has a well-deserved reputation as a dirty bug. There are about 2 million bacteria on just one fly.
Wow.
So fly carries bacteria. We have to be very careful with flies. Shoo, fly, shoo. Don't bother me. Where there are flowers, there are honeybees. Flowers depend on honeybees for pollination. Honeybees collect nectar from flowering trees and plants to make honey. You can see the nectar this little bee has collected on its legs, and you can see it right now. Miss Sarah is going to show you. These are paper wasps. They are busy constructing their nest. The nest is made of a paper-like material. The wasps make the paper by chewing tiny pieces of wood.
And there's the honeybee. And then there's the wasp. We gotta be careful with both of these because they could both sting you. Sometimes they won't bother you, but sometimes if they are bothered, they will sting you. You have to be careful, but everything will be fine.
Here is a painted ladybug. During all 3 stages of its life cycle, the caterpillar is the larvae stage. The caterpillar eats and eats to prepare for the pupa stage.
And the cocoon, and another word for cocoon is pupa.
In the pupa stage, the caterpillar will make a cocoon called a chrysalis. The chrysalis is securely attached to a stem with a sticky secretion produced by the caterpillar. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar transforms into a colorful adult butterfly.
Here's the caterpillar. And there's the cocoon, the pupa, the chrysalis. There's different words for it. And then there's the pretty butterfly.
Let's turn the page. The atlas moth caterpillar spins its cocoon out of the broken strands of silk. It has the largest wing surface of all moths. It's called the atlas moth because its wings look like maps. The long tips of its wings look like snake heads. Do you see the snakes?
And there's that. Oh yeah, it does look like a snake head. You see that? It's pretty cool. That's how it protects itself. That's why it's called camouflage.
Let's turn the page. Another insect flying around the yard is the mosquito. This annoying little bug leaves itchy bites on arms and legs. Mosquitoes are plentiful. Thousands of them are born every day. Thankfully, the wolf spider loves a good mosquito snack. A wolf spider carries its eggs sack on its stomach. Mommy wolf spiders like to take their egg sacs out for a stroll in the warm sunshine.
And you see the mosquito. I don't like those either because they leave itchy bites. When you itch, but you gotta leave them alone. And there's the wolf spider. And those eat other spiders too, and they help protect. And then there's her. There she is taking her babies out for some sunlight.
Let's turn the page. The devil scorpion is a close relative of the spider. It burrows in the ground and hides under the rocks or in the soil to stay out of the light and heat of the day. It eats insects, but if on just one bug meal, it is venomous, so it's best to stay clear of a scorpion. The grasshopper would have no problem avoiding a scorpion. It has powerful back legs that has allowed it to jump 20 times the length of its body. If we could do that, we could jump almost half of the length of a football field. Grasshoppers make the amazing sounds by rubbing the comb like part of their legs against their wings. Their favorite time to strike up the band is when the moon lights up the evening sky.
And there's the scorpion. And you see those.
Now do you see why I love bugs? Jumpers, singers, flyers, pollinators, nesters, big bugs, small bugs, and stinkers. They are all so interested and unique, and just imagine they live right in your backyard and mine.
And that's the end.
That's the end, guys.
Edie knows a lot about bugs.
Mhm.
She knows different bugs, and there's some more pictures. We already saw those.
So maybe you can ask Mom and Dad to take you out and see if you guys can find what kind of bugs you guys can find.
When I was out in my backyard, I found a ladybug. We found some grub worms, and actually, those worms you can eat them. If there was no other food around, you can eat them. Don't just eat any worms though. There has to be a grub worm. But there's mosquitoes in the backyard. There's cockroaches. There's
Beetles.
beetles.
There's those roly-polies.
There's a cicada. We call them chicharas.
Charas, yeah.
And they make a loud noise in the trees. Sometimes they shed their shell, so you can actually just find their shell. And sometimes they're on a fence, sometimes they're on a tree. They make a big buzzing noise. It goes zzz, and you can hear them sometimes. But she found a lot of different bugs. She had some worms and stuff like that. But you could go in your backyard and figure out all different kinds of worms, and maybe you could collect them, or you just leave them in their home and let them be. But you could point them out and say, I know what type of bug that is.
Or you can take pictures and send them out.
Mm-hmm.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.
Have fun.